Nice. He's just the major shareholder or whatever.
Oh, yeah. He understands.
Gentlemen? We're all here, yes. Oh. Good morning. This is the regular meeting of the Clay Township Board, Tuesday, July 5th. I'm Mary Ecker, Chairman, and I'm calling the day to order. The first event is the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Well, we welcome you, and we're glad to have public comments this morning. Renee, would you like to go to the microphone, please? Oh, goody, goody. Thank you. Sorry, that's all right.
Thank you.
Hello, my name's Renee Butts, Carmel Fire Public Education Officer, and I'm here to say thank you to the Township for sponsoring our Firefighter for a Day Camp once again, making it the most successful camp in Carmel, I'm sure. This year we had a record with over 700 kids. We did our adaptive afternoon, which we added a couple years ago, has grown to almost 35 kids. If you look in your packet, there are a couple QR codes you can scan, and that'll take you to a couple videos our PIOs made. The QR codes are on the first page at the bottom. But there's some pictures from Firefighter for a Day Camp Adaptive Afternoon and our full Firefighter for a Day Camp. On behalf of the fire department, I'd just like to express our gratitude. We would not be able to have this camp without your support, and we are grateful.
Well, thank you very much for coming and telling us, because it's really important, and I've attended it.
Oh,
And I love to see the kids when they're out there, so thanks so much.
This we hosted it again this year at the Carmel Dads Club, which has just been a game changer for us. It makes camp so much easier. They've been very supportive, and like I said, we are just grateful. Any questions about the camp? We did, next year's camp, I think the dates are June 8th through the 12th. I will check that, and I apologize for you not being invited. I will make sure to send you a calendar invite when I get back to the office.
Thank you.
Renee, I see there's a lot of indoor activity. Was that because of the heat and stuff? Was that helpful being at the Aletto Center with all the heat we had that early also?
It is kind of helpful in different ways. So the heat really doesn't make the difference. What makes the difference are storms. It seemed like every year we would lose a day because of the weather, the unpredictable weather. So we would end up having to cancel or close early. We did have one day of storms, and so we just moved everything like that. We have one outdoor station, and we moved that station inside, so we didn't have to shut down early. Everybody got the full camp experience, so that has been really beneficial. It's also, it's moved inside because at the Dad's Club, we have to stay off the soccer fields because that's their rest period while in between seasons. So that's when they, pre-seed and do all those things. But being inside has made it a lot better for the volunteers. We took a lot of the water out when it was at the schools. There were a lot of stations with a lot of water. Everything gets muddy. Everything gets so gross. And now it's wonderful. Everything stays clean. It's secure location. We can just shut everything off every day. We don't have to repack everything up and unpack everything every day. So being in the Aletto Fieldhouse has made quite a difference for the volunteers and just for like the equipment lasting longer, that kind of thing. So.
That's wonderful.
Yeah.
Great.
Hey, so how quickly was the classes filled?
Oh, an hour, maybe an hour and 10 minutes.
Is 4 days a week?
so it's a single day camp that we run for 4 days. And then we have adaptive afternoon for kids that might be on the spectrum, Downs kids, whatever, they might have, that just can't handle a full day with the camp. It's noisy, there's a lot going on. And we created that camp to give people that really want their kids to attend camp another avenue. I mean, all of our stations, there's 6 stations, and they're all run by volunteers. So if you have somebody that needs one-on-one attention, it just doesn't work when you've got 30 kids in a group. So Adaptive Afternoon was created to give them an opportunity to come to camp, and it has been wonderful.
What percentage of the kids are outside of Carmel?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I don't have those facts. I'm sure I can get them. We tried to. There's been a complaint every year that we should limit it to only Carmel kids, and that ideally that's what we'd like to do. But the simple fact is, like cousins are in town they want their, so it's hard to police. So we opened it up. We sent an email to the schools. We opened it up to the schools, letting them know when it is, and I think they get like a 15-minute window to try and keep it into Carmel kids, but it's just impossible to police. And,
I understand.
yeah.
I mean, but it's nice that you can open it up.
Yeah.
To kids outside.
Yeah. And I mean, I know we have kids from other states. They try and ask that, like in the morning, we have a big, they have like a group workout and they get everybody pumped up and they'll like talk to the kids and be like, okay, who here is from Carmel? Who here is from anywhere else in Indiana? They'll kind of take like a little poll. And I know we have kids from out of state, but I mean, if my grandkids are coming, I want them to be, they live in California. I want them to go to camp. I'm going to say they live here, that kind of thing, get them registered. So
You need to make sure you send Paul Bowen to.
Well, I need something.
Oh,
Perfect.
Is there a maximum amount that you?
we're at the max. The only reason that we went over 700 this year is because you have to manually shut off the sign up, and the person who handles the sign up got busy and she monitors it, but like somebody called, she got busy and couldn't get to it in time to shut it off. So we had one day that had 190 kids, which is a lot. And so, we're at the max because we rely on volunteers, and there's just, that we're at the max. People would love to see it go on for, all summer long, but we don't have the ability to sustain it. So this week is, we couldn't do it without you guys, and we're grateful.
Well, I think it's a worthwhile project.
It's incredible.
Thank you for
Like,
doing it.
we love it. Like one of the things I particularly like is that each kid gets a T-shirt, and as you know, because of you guys, it's free to all the kids. But when we're marching in the parade, I like to go through and count how many T-shirts I see from day camp. Just on my side of the parade, I saw like it was 16 kids. So it just makes me laugh because it's like so many kids get to participate, and year after year, and we try and age in different kids. It's fantastic. It's an incredible program.
well, we thank you very, very much.
Thank you, guys. All right.
The next order of business is approval of the minutes. May I have a
I make a motion.
motion?
I'll
Yep.
second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Okay, that's approved. The next order of business is an action item, resolution number 2025-07-15-01, approving amending custodial agreement. Sir?
What this is, we have to do an armitage on all the bonds every 5 years. And we got caught on a couple of them because rates were up and we have to give that money back to the government. And this is for us to start escrowing money for the next time when we have to pay, which we're gonna have to pay on this bond. The 2019 bond, we will have another penalty, you wanna call it a penalty or whatever, we have to pay this money back. So this is for us to start escrowing it, so we don't spend that money and we're able to take care of it. Amy, you got anything to say to that?
No, that's really it, so, we issued interest earnings or what that yield is. And anytime you start earning above that, then you have to rebate that amount back to the IRS. So what it really means is you're earning your maximum, you can, which is great, interest rates have went up. However, you still have to make sure you're monitoring it on an ongoing basis, because what you don't want to happen is you start earning all this interest in the account, construction account, and you spend it, and then you do your calculation 5 years later, and oh shoot, we earned too much money, 5 years ago, and now we have to use our other funds to make those payments. So this will allow us an account, a rebate account, to transfer that estimated liability we calculated today, that will be due in 5 years, to set it aside. I mean, if something changes and the amount is lower, then that's great, but this way, the township will find themselves in a position to have to use other funds to rebate that back to IRS.
I know you're saying 5 years, but do you calculate it once a year or every year?
So the IRS requires a 5-year anniversary calculation every 5 years. That is when the amount would be due. However, because of, we have unspent proceeds on the 2019s, which is why we kept saying, hey, what's the timeline, we're monitoring that. Paul has had our team start doing this on an annual basis. We just get the press statements, we update it monthly, we can see what that is, so it's an ongoing calculation. So we'll have an idea what that liability is and monitor it on a monthly basis, but payments are actually due every 5 years.
Okay.
What kind of money are we talking about?
What was it?
I mean, I know it's
16?
gonna vary, obviously, but.
The recent calculations, 13,000
about $15,000.
a day. It was quite heavy, like when we did the 5-year calculation, one of those was 63,000.
Goodness.
That's what we had to do that appropriation.
Yeah.
Remember last month, cover
Right.
that.
Any other conversation on that?
Need a motion.
Yes, may I have a motion to approve the
So moved.
resolution?
Second?
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Thank you very much. We have a long information item column.
Let's start with our township assistants. In your packet, I gave you a sheet where we're at today on our assistants. Comparing it to this time last year, we're up 40% on what we've had to assist in people. And it's growing every month, it seems like. The board's full every week or something, people coming in. So it's not getting any better from here. From other townships, if you listen to the radio, everything's supposed to be getting a little better, but it seems not to get better here. So that's where we're at on that. On the project updates, I met with Dave Ford on Friday. As you notice on your financial statement, there's a lot of bonds that are paid off or closed, like West Park, Meadowlark Park, River Heritage, Badger Field, Inlow, Cary, Grove, River Heritage, Monon Greenway, Children's Pavilion, Flowing Well, Central Park, and the park entrance. The ones that are still open are the fire administration building, imagine that. The museum is, Debbie and I met with Rick Martin, and they have an idea of bricks to put them up in the museum. There might be enough money left in that bond if we can pay for it out of there. I talked to Dave Ford about it. He says it's gonna be about $10,000, so we should be able to cover that.
Paul, just for a second, is that just to put the bricks on the wall? Or did that have anything to do with names, engraving the names?
He's getting the bricks on the
Okay.
wall. He's putting the bricks on the wall. What they're gonna do is on the entrance, going into the fire administration building from the museum, they're gonna make it look like the entrance of the old fire station. They said the bricks and the diamonds and stuff on it, so it'll look pretty nice. The safe house is complete except for the lift. The city's paying for it, and they've had 3 different contractors on it. When I talked to Lucas Ray about it, should have it probably in by the end of the year, so that should be all taken care of. The HVAC is still an issue. Debbie and I went up there the other day when it wasn't quite as hot, it was still making a lot of noise. They put insulation up in the ceiling, sound insulation, and now they're ordering sound blankets to put around the unit. It's still very, very noisy in there, and, you know, it's 99 degrees out there. They couldn't work in the offices because it was just hammering so bad. There's about $21,000 left. I explained to Dave that, Township's not paying for these renovations on the HVAC. That's somebody else's problem, not the township. The Historical Society will be closed. We got about $1,600 left in it. There's an issue with the roof on. There's leakage. It's when it rains, the wind blows the rain back in the archives and stuff. So they're getting that corrected. That is being done by Studio M. They designed flaw. They're correcting that, taking care of it. The Japanese garden. The upper pond is excavated. It's all completed on it. They got to finish the granite, the walkway. They got the plants in. They got to put irrigation in. There's a little less than $300,000 left in that account. The lower pond, all we're going to be able to do is landscape it and maybe plant a few cherry trees. That's about all we're going to be out of money. Few more boulders has got to be reset. The fish have to be put back in the upper pond. There was an issue with the drainage in the lower pond. The city, somebody hooked the sewer went into that lower pond, and the excavator found it and corrected that. So it should be done by November or whatever.
Those poor fish in the lower part.
The pedestrian bridge, the bridge is completely across the river. The approach ramps are all in. They're just finished grading them and finishing them up. Has less than 1.8 million on it to spend, and it'll be all spent. Looking for completion in October. There's gonna be some railing put up and some other things. If you ever get a chance to go down there and look at it, it's
Yeah.
a beautiful view to walk out there across the bridge, or walk up just walk up the approach ramps. Very, very nice. The last bond we still have open is the park bond. We're gonna use it to finish out the bridge and what other items the parks needs to be finished. It's got less than $225,000. This includes some railing and landscaping and things like that. That's where we're at on all of our projects. You know, when Doug started this thing, this list, he said, Steve, was quite long. A lot of them marked off.
Yeah.
That's great.
We have to finish up, and then we should be finished up by the end of the year.
Well, that's exciting.
Oh, yeah, it's been long. What is it, 12 years?
State Board of Accounts, we had the audit was completed. We have not received our statement yet. We had one repeat violation, capital assets, thanks, Doug. It was my mistake. It was my mistake. I transposed the number and it caused a repeat violation. I had to do a corrective action plan. But everything else was, we passed flying colors. It was pretty shit. Easy audit. The gentleman was in and out in 2 weeks, so it was really pretty good. Angie and I and Debbie are starting the budget process. We have to have it ready by September. In the budget this year, we have to include a capital improvement plan. And that needs to be approved in September. If we do not approve it in September or have one, we might not get our tax money in the following year because of it. We also have to establish a road fund, which 30% of our non-restricted funds has to go into it. So we've been talking, I've been talking to the fire department, been talking to the parks. You know, part of our capital improvement plan might be what things you guys might restricted by capital improvement plan or township assistance. The ones that are affected by this 30% is the rainy day fund and the general fund. So we're gonna try to put stuff in restricted funds, so we don't have to have that problem of giving the money. The city can ask for that money at any time for road.
Wait a minute, where does this money come from? Is it the money, you said the rainy day fund,
But, well, it's already in there, you can't take it, it's out of the budget with any excess funds we have this year. You know, Doug, we.
out of the
don't spend
2025 budget?
Out of 2026 budget.
I'm a little
You know, we don't
confused.
spend
I'm sorry, I'm a little confused on this.
Well, we don't spend every dime we get, right?
Well, we hope we don't
We hope
have
we
Yeah.
to.
Well,
Right.
that's part of that, gonna go into that fund. What happens is, the state looked at, in like, whenever everybody got their settlement check, well, every township was loaded with money right after they got their settlement check. They said they got $700 billion in these townships, and we need to maybe start getting rid of it. Well, at the end of the year, we don't have any money left. But it's taking the money that we'll receive for next year, the estimate of whatever we're supposed to, and we try to spend as much as possible. We have to spend it frugally and responsibly, but it was the money that's not restricted, like we have money in the general fund. At the end of the year, 30% of that money that's left in the general fund has to go in this road fund.
So the
Yeah,
capital
yeah.
improvement plan is what we're looking over the next 5 to 10 years. Money that capital,
It could be 1 year, 5 years, 10 years.
but
Like, I'm
what we
looking at-
will have to spend or need to spend, like for a new roof or whatever it
We're
may
looking
be.
at a new HVAC
So they want
for this
that.
place.
So what would that, then if you go back to this 30% of non-restricted funds, then I don't understand, what that has to do with capital improvement. And I
That's a
maybe,
capital improvement becomes a restricted fund. It's a whole new fund.
okay,
We have-
okay.
If we put it in this capital improvement, it now becomes a restricted fund and they can't get to it.
Or it goes back to the county.
City.
No, we get to keep our money. They can ask for, the city can ask for the money out of the road fund, out of that 30% for a road improvement.
Oh, because we have nothing to do with roads. So the city, if they need money for road improvements, they can come and ask for it. They have to
That money
ask for
That
it.
we put in this road
I hope
fund.
So it comes to the board, or can you
Comes
just?
through us,
We have to establish a road fund.
Right.
yeah.
And we have to put 20% of our
30%.
non-restricted funds into that road fund. The city can come and ask for us, like they want to do a new roundabout in our, right
Okay.
down here, home place.
Okay.
Say like,
I don't, you know, I
104th
understand.
Street. They can come and ask for us funds to pay for that roundabout, if we have enough in there. We get to choose if we want to give it to them or not, but they can come and ask for it.
Okay.
What's that?
And this all
Okay.
came out of this
Uh-oh.
year's legislation.
Web's already gonna put that fund in everyone's system.
So the money at the end of the year, that in the non-restricted funds, if you didn't spend it, it goes into that fund?
30% of it.
30% of it.
Time to get busy.
Who came up with this bright idea?
The guys down, well, it was bigger at one time. It was a bigger number. The ITA negotiated it down to 30%. And I basically said that wasn't even a very good deal then. But that is what they came up with. It's part of that 1461 bill.
And I don't mind giving it to the city. I mean, you know, I don't mind giving it to the city because it's from the taxpayers of Clay Township, Clay, Carmel, Clay, whatever you want to call it. I don't mind that, but I was told that it went back to the county, and I didn't like that.
That goes to the city. It goes to whoever the road is being built by. Like, we were still a township, let's take White River Township up there. Jamie up there has to go to the county if they're gonna do a road. Since we're the cities are municipality, that's who we'd have to, they could ask for, they're charging the roads and stuff. At one time, it was Marion County could come up and ask, if it's a road coming to Hamilton County, they were gonna be able to ask for that money too, and that got missed.
Thank you.
Well, I'll tell you
Yeah.
what, I love being in Clay Township with roundabouts. I hate stoplights anymore. I really do. It's crazy.
Well, everybody has their own opinion.
What else do you hate, Doug?
Yeah.
Just wanna keep it
Okay,
simple.
I'm done, Paul. Go ahead.
No problem, Doug, I knew you'd have some questions, that's why, you need to be informed of what's going on it, because it's gonna be different this year.
Yeah.
It really is.
And it could be substantial. It could be.
We're gonna try to not be substantial.
Let's spend it all.
Yeah.
Just like my wife, let's spend it all.
Whoa, don't say that.
We're gonna try to, you know, like, one of the things we're putting on the capital improvement here is the fire department's wanting a patio and stuff, so we're looking at that. We're also looking at new HVAC for this whole building.
Oh, that would be good.
This was built in 1996, 97 is when it opened.
Are-
We piecemealed it enough.
Okay, are you, Angie, are we restricted on what we can spend it on?
If we're gonna
In
put
other
it-
words,
if we
this-
put it in there for HVAC, yes, we have to spend on it, but we might not spend it though.
Okay, so,
You can build up and plan and, I mean, I think we'll take a comprehensive look at what it looks like, if it makes sense. The state's gonna be prescribing the actual form. We haven't seen that yet, so once we get us into that too, we'll start planning, working ahead. The idea is, of course, you know, capital improvement you say, you know, there's little bits at a time you work up towards a project. So I think we'll be strategic and deliberate about how we put those values in.
Hope so.
but the city's not restricted. They can come and ask for whatever.
From us?
For that fund that we have.
The
that-
road fund's the only thing they can ask for.
Okay, it's the road fund, okay.
That's the only thing they
Okay,
can ask for.
I was just thinking, because if they can do it with do anything with the money, then we should be able to do whatever. But we are restricted to only our buildings or complex or anything pertaining to the township, period.
You know, part of the parks is part of, we can take care of. The fire department, on things that they wanna, small projects, we can take care of, and we can put it in that program. Be able to do it. When I said at the seminar, that's what they said we could look at, is improvements to our buildings, or if we wanna build a park, or assist in a park, or playground equipment, or
So it's a program in progress. Yeah, it's a program. This resolution, or this 30%, I guess I should say, of non-restricted funds, it's work in progress. In other words, they don't know exactly everything yet. Is that true? Or do they have it down clear cut?
Tuesday.
The state?
The state is requiring any money that you don't have a use for, and you have not identified for a purpose, 30% of that leftover cash, and say we have $100 left over at the end of the year, $30 needs to be set aside into a road fund.
Which they may or may not ask for.
Yes, if you have a road project that was in, say, Township boundaries, you have the ability to come and ask for our $30. So that is, yeah.
Okay.
And that's as a result of the general session recently.
yeah, there's 1461 bill.
That's that $700 million townships are hiding, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
Where'd you hide it, Doug? We're still looking.
Yeah.
It's not real clear cut, but yes, the answer to your question is, no, they made a bill, they don't know how, they don't have anything written out for us yet on how we're supposed to do it yet.
That's what I was wondering. That's what I was
They
wondering.
will release the form, they have not yet, so we're waiting for the form that will be prescribed by the BLGF to look and see what that looks like, and probably look at that in tandem when we do the budget. There'll be additional budget items, will probably be included as line items, and then just, you know, being smart about actually putting the money in the beach, another item as well.
Seven, is the way that possible. We could maybe fund that for them, build Station Seven. She really didn't know that Clay Township has built every fire station in the township.
Right.
She didn't know that.
She did not know that.
Good.
So basically, Jim didn't want the township to build them. Basically, because he didn't have, but it had to put people in there. But
Where did you tell me, I'm sorry, would you remind us where 7 might be going?
you going out there to, maintenance,
Oh, yeah,
Shell.
yeah, yeah.
131st.
Yeah, 131st and Shelbourne.
So it was a good meeting with her. She educated a little bit about what we did. She didn't know what we really did down here. So
Shouldn't
I
laugh,
did that, and then our next meeting will be in September 16th, proposed budget hearing. And we have to adopt CIP also, that capital improvement plan. And that's all I have.
Well, that's a long list. Any questions about it? None?
I have none.
Are there any financial questions from the board?
Nope.
Board comments? What would you like to say?
Just nice to see everybody, and thank you, and keep up the good work. Good to see you, Zach.
I'm just real curious about this 30%.
Yeah.
I still haven't grasped it, okay, and I know it's new, don't get me wrong, I mean, because when they do something, and, I know how sometimes government works, where they might come up with something that, oh, we need this, so township, can we have this, you know? And so that's where Angie and Brian's office comes into play on this, to make sure we, you know, are responsible for it. And the thing is, it doesn't bother me as far as whether it comes from Clay Township or the city of Carmel. It comes from the same group of taxpayers, period. I mean, there is no more division of city of Carmel and Clay Township other than these
Right.
offices.
No.
And what our responsibilities are. So, you know, and Paul, I'm sure you will jump all over that, so you know. But I'm really interested from my standpoint.
Help you feel comfortable. I've already been in contact with Brian and Angie. We're putting a timeline together on that's gotta happen.
Okay.
Go over some of these new regulations. It's new to me, it's new to
Sure,
Angie, it's
sure.
new to Brian, Zach.
Yeah.
And it's gonna be an adventure, that first one. What they say, it's gonna be an adventure.
Well, keep us posted.
you.
Announcements? Oh, any announcements?
Not from my standpoint, unless they have.
Yeah, well, that's what I was asking. All right. May I have a motion for adjournment?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.